So after the rapture, after the Great Tribulation, Jesus Christ will come with the saints, those who were raptured and those who were raised from the dead, who repented and believed in Jesus Christ during the age of grace. And they're going to reign for 1,000 years without any temptation from the devil. The devil is going to be tamed in a desolate land where there'll be no one to tempt. Those 1,000 years are going to be so amazing. Those who were raptured are going to have their glorified bodies. We're not going to have our sin nature, and we're not going to experience death anymore. But those who became believers during the Great Tribulation are still going to have their mortal bodies. Then there's the group that was beheaded for Christ, who joined the ones that were raptured to the wedding supper of the Lamb. So during the millennial reign, they will also have their glorified bodies. But those who survived the Great Tribulation are going to have still their mortal bodies, meaning a sinful nature, and they're going to be able to repopulate the earth. The judgment of Satan. So after he's released, then he's going to go out to deceive the nations of the four corners of the earth. And those that he deceived are going to march across the camp where God's people are, the city that he loves. But fire came down from heaven and devoured them. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night forever and ever. So he's not going to be able to touch us in the city, the New Jerusalem, where we're going to be right as he takes his army of people that he deceived in the millennial reign. They're going to be marching towards the city because they're just going to be so jealous that we're prospering there and abundant, living immortal lives that are just amazing, that they wish they had. And they have this revenge and grudge against Jesus and those who are in the holy city because they're not in it. So they're going to try to destroy it. And as they go to try to destroy it, they're going to be destroyed instead and not going to be able to go in the holy city. Then God's going to raise up the dead who did not believe and then throw them in the lake of fire as well, and that will be the second death. After that, there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, and everything is going to be new. It says the chapter after that Eden will be restored. The river of life is going to be crystal clear, and the leaves of the tree are for healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse, and the throne of God of the Lamb will be in the city. They will see his face. And then that'll be it. That'll be our happy ending, where we won't be able to be tempted by the devil anymore. We won't have our sin nature. The devil will no longer exist, and demons will no longer exist. We'll be able to live fully in peace, fully abundant, never lack, never have any sadness or anxiety. And no more adversary, no more confusion, no more lies from the devil. And that will be the beginning of forever, where things will still progress. I hear a lot of people sometimes say that we'll never have time again. But since God created time from the beginning to the end, it's always progressed, and he always likes things to keep moving. And he created all possibilities so that no one will be without excuse. So finally, when we get to the point where everything is finished, it's not like time will stop. We will still continue to live and prosper and live just as God intended in the Garden of Eden, where we won't live outside of time. We'll just never run out of time, and it will never be nighttime ever again, and there'll be an abundance of time. So we'll never be rushed. We'll never live in scarcity.